Bringing islands together. NatWest, proud sponsors of the 2015 NatWest Island Games.
Good evening and welcome to Today at the Games, and what a day it's been. We've got so much spectacular sport for you in the next half an hour.
Here's what's to come in tonight's programme. Jersey welcomes the world.
Let the 2015 Island Games now commence.
An incredible opening ceremony kicks off the week with passion, purpose and a party atmosphere.
To be coming in and the home games with your family, seeing you coming in, it's just awesome. There's no other word to describe it.
Also on the programme, Gold Rush. Jersey and Guernsey waste no time in making their mark on the medals table.
Plus, proving his mettle, Jersey's Ironman Dan Hawksworth gets his hands on gold in the triathlon.
It was a lot of pressure, and I'm just glad to get out of the way now and just finally get a gold medal in triathlon at the Island Games for Jersey.
And not so plain sailing, we follow the incredible journeys of the farthest flung athletes as they get to the games.
A very good evening to you. Welcome along to highlights of the first day of competition here at Jersey 2015. One the hosts have ended flying high on top of the medals table. More on the Caesareans' superb start in just a moment, but first to last night.
And after 18 years of travelling, Jersey finally arrived home as they hosted an outstanding opening ceremony. In front of a packed crowd at Howard Davis Park, this was an unforgettable opening statement.
Welcome to this opening ceremony of the 2015 NatWest Island Games.
Jersey's big night had arrived, and they came from all over the world to watch. 3,000 competitors from 24 islands, including 3 far closer than the rest.
They did say I was a brave man to carry a Guernsey flag through St Helier, but very proud moment. I'm really, really pleased to be able to carry this flag in and lead this fantastic team in.
Our island neighbours, Alderney.
Day like this, you know, all the people there, big cheers. Yeah, great. Honoured.
Little cheer for the mascot was so lovely.
It's always an honour to carry the flag and represent our small community.
In they came, one after the other, before this.
Entering the park are your host island of Jersey!
Nikki Appleton will never forget this. Even at her 12th games, a moment to savour.
It's just such a great atmosphere, and to be coming in and the home games with your family, seeing you coming in, it's just awesome. There's no other word to describe it.
The young water carriers did their bit, and with that, the formalities had almost been completed.
We will see new records, performances beyond belief, excitement, joy, victories and defeats. The reason why I'm convinced this will happen is all of you.
And I now take the greatest pleasure in formally declaring these games open. Let the 2015 Island Games now commence. I'm gonna try with a little help from my friends. Do you need anybody? Let me hear.
As the sun set in St Helier, the Caesareans had shimmered as their time to shine had started. Now, it was up to the athletes to deliver.
And deliver they have on the first day of competition. It didn't take Jersey long to win their first gold medal of the Games. Early this morning, out on the West Coast in cycling's time trial, Kim Ashton clocked the quickest time to top the podium. And it was a double success for Jersey as they also took team gold, with Ashton joined by debutantes Laura Chellingworth and Claire Traherne. A little earlier, Ashton joined us here in the studio. She started by telling me how proud she was to be the island's first gold medalist.
It's amazing. Obviously, I knew it was going to be the first medal of the Games, our ladies' time trial event. And you set your heart on trying to achieve that goal, sort of bring the first gold home for your island. The fact I did it is just amazing, really.
How good a ride was it?
Brilliant. It's the best ride I've ever done on that course. Beforehand, I knew I was feeling good. I didn't think I had that time in me, in all honesty. Sort of a few people had said beforehand, you'll do a good time, you'll probably do a 55. I kind of just thought, oh, maybe I will, maybe I won't. And the fact that I did a low 55 is, yeah, it's pretty special.
I think Rob can just take a peek if we have just a little closer look at those medals on camera, 3 over there, and just tell us about 2 years ago. And I gather that these medals probably then felt a long way away.
Yeah, I mean, 2 years ago I was at Bermuda and I wasn't on top form whatsoever, really. I was sort of going through a bit of a hard time off the bike, on the bike, and it was kind of just getting through myself that games, and I think more so just doing what I could for Sue in Bermuda and just sort of getting out there and trying to get back on the bike properly. So yeah, the fact that I'm here today with these medals is, yeah, it's pretty special.
Well, look, congratulations on the first 2. Still 4 more up for grabs. Good luck for the rest of the week, Kim. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
And at around the same time, Guernsey were winning their first gold of the Games, but it was tinged with disappointment.
The Sarnians team topped the podium in the men's half marathon, but Olympian Lee Merrion was surprisingly beaten into second place. Tamara Timothy followed today's race.
Guernsey's Lee Merrion, the man to beat. An Olympic marathon runner in London 2012 and fastest Brit across the line that year, he came here looking for gold. But a new face at the Games had other ideas. Bermuda's Chris Eswanek was just behind Lee as both reached the 7-mile mark at Guernsey. By the time the pair returned to FB Fields for a final lap before the finish, he was 30 seconds ahead of Lee. Guernsey's first medal of this Games would be a surprising silver.
It was kind of more like the end of a marathon feeling than it was the end of a half marathon feeling. I've not felt quite that bad at the end of a half as I have before.
But further back, Lee's teammate Mike Wildsmith was running a good race, one that would secure him 5th place. Together, they did enough for a team gold. The female hopes for a Channel Islands medal rested with Louise Perriot. The Guernsey Games veteran secured bronze.
You can complain at 3 medals, will you? I think the men got team gold, didn't they? So that's a big boost as well.
But despite that boost, Guernsey's star man Lee Merrion will still be thinking of how his individual silver fell short of his ambitions and his expectations.
And Lee and Michael join us live now from their team hotel in St Clement. Lee, when I spoke to you a few weeks ago, you told me anything less than individual gold would leave you disappointed. Is that how you're feeling tonight?
Yeah, obviously disappointed. I did want to win, but Chris was the better man on the day this morning, unfortunately for me.
And looking ahead, I mean, in terms of your future plans, Rio 2016, I know you were pretty keen to try and qualify for that. Has anything that's happened today diminished that commitment from you?
No, the main target was always really to get myself in shape for an autumn marathon at the end of the year, and that hasn't really changed. This fitted in quite nicely to that sort of bigger picture. Yeah, I'd like to run better, but yeah, I've now got sort of 12, 13 weeks or so now to get myself in shape and over the longer distance and try and achieve that target.
Overall, of course, a team gold. Mike, individually 5th for you, but that team gold, how satisfying is that?
Yeah, it's really pleasing. We knew coming into the race we were probably favourites to get the team gold. Barring mishaps, but yeah, it's really good to get the job done.
And of course you've got the 10K to come. How confident are you of turning your team medal into an individual one in that race?
Well, it helps that Lee's not going to be running in that race, so that frees up one more space. But yeah, I think I'd have a good chance of possibly maybe sneaking a bronze if I run well.
OK, well, we wish you both well, and congratulations once again on your team gold. Thanks for joining us.
Jersey's Dan Hawksworth was left close to tears as he stormed to victory in the men's triathlon this afternoon. There was huge pressure on one of the island's top athletes, and he delivered in style in front of a delighted home crowd. Rob Moore watched his emotional win on an outstanding afternoon for the Channel Islands.
I've got a bit of expectation on me, so I just obviously want to get out there and deliver. A simple approach, just going to go as hard as I can on swim, hard as I can on the bike, and then just, hopefully as hard as I can on the run. The only way I race, I like to race hard, so I'm just going to go as hard as I can and fingers crossed and get that medal.
"61 men took to the water, but soon Jersey's Dan Hawksworth was a lone figure. The pack left well behind. A world-class Ironman triathlete, he's used to distances much tougher than this 1,500-metre swim. As he left the water, he left his nearest rival around 4 minutes behind. His lead was such his 40k cycle around the west of Jersey would be a solitary exercise in endurance. Behind him, his Jersey teammates were vying for the remaining medals places, with Guernsey their stiffest competition. As they were still on their bikes, the crowd cheered Dan into the final leg, a 10k run along a packed waterfront. Thousands of voices willing the Ironman on to a gold finish. And at the finish line, an emotional embrace.
My nan was there, my mum, my dad was up on the top as well, and my aunties were there, all my little juniors that I used to coach, so it was, I nearly cried, so quite happy that I didn't cry in front of everyone, but it was a very proud moment. There's a lot of people there cheering for me.
Guernsey had something to celebrate when James Travers finished second and helped secure a team silver.
In a perfect world, I would have loved to have got first, but I know Dan is a phenomenal athlete. He's in a different league. Not really knowing what the other teams were going to bring, it's just over the moon to come in second and get a medal for the island, really.
But it was Jersey's day. Tom Pershard finished third, meaning team golds for the hosts, and a silver and a bronze for Joe Gorod and Sam Lee would mean a women's team gold too.
Jersey Tri Club is incredibly strong. We've got a great sort of family atmosphere. We have all the kids down supporting us today. I mean, incredible support. So
Hawksworth lived up to his reputation, but it takes more than one man, even an Ironman, to bring in a 6-medal haul. Today, it was all of Jersey that was made of iron.
But Hawksworth, the main man to show his mettle there, and as we saw, under huge pressure, a massive performance for him to pull it off.
Absolutely, a lot of hard work in particular goes into that sport, so well done to him, a great feeling, and he's not the only one to have had great success. After the break, we'll have all the action from the football, where Jersey took on local rivals Alderney.
We'll also have the story of the incredible journey of the athletes who've travelled across the globe to get to Jersey 2015. More than 14,000 miles, in fact. So stay with us for all that and much more in Today at the Games after this very short break. See you shortly.
I feel so alive.
Welcome back to Today at the Games. Time to turn our attention to football now. And Jersey ran out convincing winners in their opening NatWest Island Games match against Alderney this afternoon.
The result never really looked in doubt as soon as the hosts opened the scoring just after the half-hour mark. But that didn't stop the Rydunians going into the game with plenty of optimism, as I found out when I caught up with the team at their base in St Peter this morning. It may be all about football for these Alderney competitors, but rugby is playing its part here too, because this is where the Alderney football team are staying at Jersey Rugby Club, preparing for one of their biggest ever matches, hoping against the odds to spoil the hosts' party. They've been building team spirit and trying to plot the downfall of their local rivals. Is it conceivable you could cause an upset?
Yeah, of course it is. Wouldn't be here if it wasn't. If we didn't think we would win, we wouldn't bother coming.
And on that optimistic note, off they headed to the home of Jersey football, Springfield Stadium. Once there, a final team talk ahead of the big kick-off.
If it looks like there's a short one down the side, you're always filling that space, okay?
With the talking done, it was time for action, and the underdogs began okay. But as soon as Jake Baker swept in Jersey's first just after the half-hour mark, they never looked back. A stunning strike by Jack Boyle. Then a thumping finish by Luke Watson made it 3-0 at half-time. The second half was much quieter. Karl Heinz had added a fourth before Alderney's Jacob Olivier was sent off for a late lunge. The resulting Jack Cannon free kick eluded everyone. Then it was Cav Miley moments later who poked home for the sixth to round off the scoring.
We might have shown them a little bit too much respect in one way, that we sat back off them a lot more, but they're a tremendous team and they must be the favourites to win this competition, especially playing on this fantastic pitch.
You know, I think the guys were a wee bit nervous to start with, but we settled into the game. And, you know, I thought we passed the ball okay. You know, we created enough openings, you know, we could have won by more, but, you know, we'll take 6-0 in the first game.
Jersey did exactly what they set out to do in their first game, but tougher tests lie ahead, particularly against the Isle of Man in their final group game on Tuesday. And Guernsey made an equally impressive start to their campaign as they thrashed Innis Morn 5-2 at St Peter. Ross Allen netted twice for the Sarnians. There were also goals for Craig Young, Dom Keown and Kieran Mahon. Steve Sharman's side will face Gotland tomorrow. And a winning start for Jersey's ladies as well. They need a late goal though from Jodie Bottrell to get past Greenland 3-2. Guernsey were beaten 2-0 by the Isle of Wight.
Let's take you around the rest of the games today because there's been plenty of medals elsewhere. We will start at FB Fields. The Athletics, not much of a spectacle in Bermuda 2 years ago, but a great night tonight. A shock in the high jump where Jersey's Jason Fox took the gold medal. Nothing for his teammate Simon Phelan. Silver and bronze in the women's triple jump for Jersey 2 for Camilla Monks and Rosanna Hill.
I wasn't expecting it at all. I was coming into it pretty much just, I would have been happy with bronze based on the other guys in there, but I've been jumping well this year, so I thought maybe silver, but I was just dreading fourth. But to get gold, it's just unbelievable.
We'll head out to St John next, and a Channel Islands 1-2 in the shooting, just like in the Isle of Wight in 2011. Gold for Mary Norman and Nikki Holmes in the 10-metre air pistol, ahead of Rebecca Margetts and Nikki Trebert of Guernsey.
Well, before the games, I was sort of thinking it'll be really good because it's home games. I know the ranges and everything. But actually, when you're here, you do feel the pressure to win medals and do your best. So I'm just really glad that we've managed to get that one in the bag. Thank goodness.
And a second Jersey gold came in the English skeet team event. Mark Andrews and Fred Barrett taking the title by a solitary shot. Guernsey also took a bronze in the men's 50-metre pistol. And a fantastic semi-final in prospect at New Gilson Hall tomorrow in badminton's team event. Top seeds Jersey will meet reigning champions Guernsey in the semi-finals. That brings you right up to date with a golden first day at the Games for the Channel Islands. Now, for the likes of Guernsey, Alderney and Sark competing at the Games, well, it's a pretty short commute, isn't it? But spare a thought for the two islands who've travelled a combined total of 14,000 miles to get here.
Yeah, great commitment. Tamsin Eames has been to meet athletes from the Falkland Islands and St Helena at the end of their mammoth journey to Jersey.
See, I've been travelling forever.
Athletes from all four corners of the world have been making their way to Jersey.
Been travelling forever.
But none have come as far as this lot. The Falklands is the furthest island away from Jersey. 8,000 miles, in fact. So no surprise that there are a few tired eyes. To get to the Games, they've flown from the Falklands to Cape Verde. Next stop, Gatwick. And then the final stretch to Jersey. A long journey, but fairly straightforward compared to what St Helena's team have had to endure. The nearest mainland to them is 1,000 miles away, so they've had no choice but to sail to Ascension Island, a journey that takes 2 days alone. Then they flew into an RAF base in Oxford before travelling by minibus to Gatwick. then eventually arriving in Jersey. But with medals on their mind, they've not wasted a single second of the 6 days travelling.
We've been trying to do a bit of training just to keep ourselves occupied and keep ourselves fit, doing some stretches and exercises.
Not ideal training facilities, but it's a step up from what team manager Barbara had when she first competed in the Games in Guernsey back in 1987. Back then it took 14 days to get to the Channel Islands.
I couldn't exercise on board because the sea was quite choppy, so I must admit the team that travelled with me this time had a good journey.
They had it easy.
They did.
No matter how tired the competitors were feeling, this was bound to wake them up. Now you're finally here and with the atmosphere. Has it been worth it?
Definitely. It's a lovely atmosphere. It's very nice to be a part of it.
And now the action is in full swing. Last-minute training is paying off.
But yeah, just try our best and hopefully we will come somewhere.
Determined not to walk away empty-handed, some silverware would certainly make the long journey back home a little easier to bear.
Yeah, great to have them here. So the end of a thrilling first day of competition here in Jersey. Let's show you the medals table, and what a start for the hosts. 7 golds spread across 4 different sports. Guernsey off the mark too in the men's marathon, and a very decent start indeed for the Isle of Man, as well as the Faroe Islands and Gotland.
Let's take you on to tomorrow. Archery makes its return to the Games at St Peter. All of the Channel Islands teams still in contention for team golds in the tennis and the badminton. We're out at Jubilee Hill for the first day of mountain biking. A big night in prospect at Lekennevay with Commonwealth Games semi-finalist Ian Black of Jersey amongst those in action. Caesarean duo Zane Duckman and Stan Livingston will have their eyes on athletics goals.
Lots to look forward to. That is it from us, though, for the first Today at the Games of Jersey 2015. Be sure to join us tomorrow at the earlier time of 10:40.
You can get us updates on the website as well, itv.com/channel. But for now, on the first day, some home comforts for Jersey. Bye-bye.
Good night.
Mannequins and we breaking the mold, breaking out and we breaking the codes. Similar to the jack who stole to the depths in your wet, so you take explosive, get it out, send your body to flight. Everybody got a target tonight. Now you get it, now you're feeling your worth. Fitness how you used to make when everything used to hurt. It goes, no time to rest. Just do your best. What you hear is not a test. We're only here to make you, we're only here to make you go!
Bringing islands together. NatWest, proud sponsors of the 2015 NatWest Island Games.